You know that sinking feeling when you realize you've forgotten a crucial client goal from last week's kickoff call? There's actually a very simple way to fix this forever. If you're like most agency owners, you've been in this situation before. You're 3 weeks into a project and suddenly you remember nodding at something that you didn't fully understand, but swore that you'd figure out later. And now you just can't quite recall exactly what they said. And you don't have time to re-listen to the entire recording. Important client goals and ideas slip through the cracks all the time. You're focused on building rapport and asking the right questions during kickoff calls, which means that you can't take detailed notes. And let's be honest, even when you do jot down these things, those notes often end up scattered across different notebooks or buried in your email. What if every client goal and idea from your kickoff calls were automatically captured and organized just for you? That's exactly what we're going to set up today using our product Tactiq. We're going to create a system that runs in the background, extracts key information from calls, and saves everything to a place where your team can access it instantly. Let me show you exactly how this works. First, we're going to go into the workflow builder that automatically identifies your client kickoff calls and pulls out the most important goals and ideas every time. First, you'll need to log into Tactiq. Once you're in, we're going to head over to the left-hand side of the screen and select My Workflows. This is where you'll create our automated system. Now, from the top right corner of the page, we're going to click Create New Workflow. This opens up the dialog with the workflow templates that we can use. In this dialog, you'll see an integrations panel on the left-hand side. Let's click on Google Drive since that's where we want to store our client summaries. Next, in the contents panel in the middle, let's click on the Save AI meeting summary in Google Drive workflow. This gives us a great starting point. From the upper right corner of this dialog, we're going to click duplicate. This creates a copy that we can customize for our specific needs. Now we're in the workflow builder, and this is where we're going to actually make the automation, which makes you feel like a lazy genius. Let's configure this workflow to work perfectly for client kickoff calls. The first thing that we need to do is set up the trigger. We're going to select the automatic as our trigger type, and this means the workflow will run without you having to remember to activate it. For the condition, we'll set it as meeting title contains ext. Here's why this works so well. When you label all of your client meetings with this tag, Tactiq will automatically know which calls to process. It's a very simple system that ensures that you never miss a client call. Next, we need to tell Tactiq what information to extract from these calls. We're going to select the goals and ideas prompt from the sales call meeting kit. This prompt is specifically designed to pull out the key objectives and creative concepts that clients share during kickoff calls. Now at the bottom of the builder, we need to choose where these summaries will be stored. We can select the Google Drive folder where you want them to actually go with goals and ideas to be saved. I recommend creating a dedicated folder for client kickoff summaries so that your team can easily find them. Once you've configured everything, let's save this workflow. From the workspace toolbar on the builder page, click Save. Now here's the really great and exciting part. Let's test this workflow to see how it performs with real client data. From the same workspace toolbar, we're going to click Run. This lets us test the workflow before it goes live. In the dialog that appears, select the most recent client call that has ext in the title. For this demo, I'm going to select the recent call with Redactable, one of our clients. Once the workflow is done running, we can check the results. In the middle of the workspace activity toolbar, it's going to be right there, and we're going to click Activity. This shows all of the recent workflow runs that we have. In the right panel, you'll see the latest workflow run after you click it. Then you can click the View Transcript option next to the entry to see what Tactiq extracted from that call specifically. This opens in a new browser tab, and here's where you can see the real value. You can look at these goals that Tactiq automatically identified from our Redactable kickoff call. Look at that. It says address comments and feedback on social posts promptly to ensure rapid adjustments. And this is exactly the kind of specific actionable goal that's easy to forget, but crucial for project success. We can also take a look at what else is crucial here. For example, AI created the section called Content Idea Generation. What do we have here? Okay, we have continued exploration and sharing of insights from Reddit for fresh concepts. That's great. Again, this is a level of detail that would be impossible to capture manually while you're focused on the conversation itself. And you can't always have an assistant to work with you. So this is why we use Tactiq to make workflows like this that transform your client relationships into better ones. Instead of hoping that you remember everything or spending time re-listening to recordings and reading through transcripts, you have a detailed summary waiting for you immediately after the call. Your team can access these summaries whenever they need to reference client goals. Project managers can check them before strategy meetings. Creative teams can review them when brainstorming concepts, and account managers can reference them during check-ins. The best part is that this happens automatically for every client call tagged with EXT. No more extra work, no more manual note-taking, no missed details. Are you ready to never lose another client goal? Set up your Tactiq workflow today and transform how your agency captures and organizes client requirements from kickoff calls. Thanks for watching. Make sure to download Tactiq today, and we'll see you in the next video.